this video, however, because I talked about abstracted jacks, it kind of reminded me, I had some thoughts about the implications of episode 1 paralleling episode 9. I can't quite think of who is the main purveyor of this theory. It might be Danny North, if I'm not mistaken. But each episode, like episode 1 parallels episode 9, episode 2 parallels episode 8, 3 parallels 7, and everything all converges into intermission time. But because of that theory, and from what I've seen in the trailer at the end of episode 8, I think that there's a great chance that episode 1 and episode 9 will be very parallel, and I want to talk about the implications of that. First of all, I want to say episode 1. Let's just describe episode 1. We learn there's a swearing censor. It's very direct. Pomni curses up a storm, and Kane says,
No, my dear, we can't have any of that foul language around here. You, my friend, stumbled into an incredible world of wonders where anything can happen. Except for swearing.
So it's very clear, it's very direct, like this, no swearing. Throughout the episode, Pomni is looking for an exit. Pomni conjures an exit door, although at the time, way back in the day, we didn't know she conjured it. Think about how Kaufmo abstracted. Okay, Kaufmo abstracted, beat the shit out of Ragatha, and kind of wreaked a little bit of havoc on the circus. There were gloinks around the circus. And with that in mind, let's look at the end of episode 8 real quick.
Holy shit.
The swearing censor gets turned off. So in episode 1, it's very clear that there's a censor for swearing. In episode 9, no more censor. Zubal's design is a huge, like big red thumbnail arrow pointing towards episode 1. Because it's literally what her design is in episode 1. I also want to make note that in the trailer, where we see Pomni reaching down to Ragatha, who is in some sort of distress, it is the same hand Pomni reached out to Ragatha in episode 1 that got corrupted. Now, regarding Kaufmo's abstraction, that could mean a few things. I feel like, in my mind, I really like the theory that with Kane gone, the cellar is open and all the abstractions can roam free. I am a personal enjoyer of that theory. And if that theory is going to be correct, I think that they're just like the Gloinks, where they will be little mischievous creatures and critters roaming around, causing mayhem. Now, if that's the case, let's think back to episode 1. Zubal got disassembled and taken down to the nest by the Gloinks. What are the abstractions, otherwise known as the Gloinks, gonna do in episode 9? Are they gonna do something to Zubal? Zubal means something. I'm telling you, Zubal is there. Zubal is there, okay? So is Zubal screwed? Is it GG's for Zubal? That's what I'm thinking. Maybe it's GG's for Zubal. Finally. Well, not finally. I love you, Zubal. But maybe it's GG's for them. By the way, if this is a parallel to episode 1, I have absolutely no goddamn clue why Gangle has her mask in it from episode 4. I've got no clue what that's about. Genuinely, I'm like positive that mask is only seen in episode 4. There's no way that it was a thing since before Pomni's time, since we see Zubal literally says, I found something for you, and Zubal pulls it out of the toy box like it's the first time that they pulled it out. And that was the first time that Gangle had put it on. It's had to have been the first time that Gangle put it on. And the entirety that it was seen in episode 4 is the entirety that it was seen ever in my mind. So what is this? I guess, we're just gonna have to wait and see. Just classic catchphrase. Classic Digital Circus catchphrase. Anyways, this one's probably gonna be a bit of a shorter one because I don't know. I didn't have a whole lot of thoughts on this topic. I wanted to make aware what I noticed, because once again, maybe someone will have an aha moment if they watch this and be like, oh wait, I just figured something out. Before I go though, I'm starting to kind of run out of things to talk about. So unless I have a huge aha moment or Glitch starts posting more teasers, it might be kind of radio silence from me for a while here. At the very least, until the release date gets closer and closer. I might not have very much for the rest of the month or even in the month of May, but I will say I'm going to see the finale in theaters on June 5th. So stay tuned, because my next video might either be in the next 5 days or in the next 3 weeks. So hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys have an amazing day, and I will see y'all later. Bye-bye.